Hi there! Here I am again sharing you another learning venture with a topic not only for grade 7 learners but also for all of us. Our lesson for today is all about direct speech and reported speech. We're going to learn how to change a direct speech to a reported one. And today we're going to focus on only two statements and imperatives. All of us do communicate with others every day. We talk about anything like what we see, feel, and hear. How do you usually relate to another person the information you got from someone? Do you use the exact words of the speaker? Or do you relay the information indirectly? Whichever it is, the purpose remains the same, to communicate. Let's analyze this example. Jana says, I am inviting you for my birthday party. If you just repeat exactly what Jana says, then you will come up with this, a direct speech. If you share the same information indirectly, you will be like reporting it and you will come up with this. Jana says that she's inviting me for her birthday party. Or, Jana is inviting me for her birthday party. One thing is sure, either of the two ways of sharing the information is correct. So let's start finally with the meaning of a direct speech. It contains the exact words of a speaker. It has two parts, introduction and main content. The introduction is this, Jana says. The introduction has the name of the speaker and the introductory verb, which may be in the present tense or in the past tense. In this case, the introductory verb is in the present tense. The main content or the message of the direct speech is this: I am inviting you for my party. Remember that when you write a direct speech, there must be a comma right after the introductory verb. Then there is an opening quotation mark, and after that, there is a period, and then the closing quotation mark. And now let's have reported speech. It contains the same speaker's message in his direct speech. However, it does not have the quotation marks. It uses the that clause. But of course, that's only for statements and suggestions. And number 3, pronouns are replaced with other pronouns in another form. We'll find out later what these pronouns are. It is important to master the two general rules on converting direct speech to reported speech. Number 1. If the verb in the introduction is in the present tense, there is no change in the tense and in the adverbial time and place. There is no change also in demonstrative pronouns. Example, Mylene says, my mom likes this pair of shoes today. Okay. So the verb is in the present tense, says. And what are the pronouns that you're going to change? Okay, we have one. That is my. Then, take note of the verb. It is in the present tense. So you retain the tense of this because the rule says that there must be no change. So, the direct speech is, Mylene says that her mom likes this pair of shoes today. There is no change also in the demonstrative pronoun and in the adverbial time. So it's still today. General rule number 2. If the verb in the introduction is in the past tense, there is a change in the tense and in the adverbial time and place and also in the demonstrative pronouns. Example, Mylene said, my mom likes this pair of shoes today. Said is the introductory verb and that is in the past tense. So we are expected to change the tense of the verb here. We are expected also to change the demonstrative pronoun and also the adverbial time. Of course, we must not forget to change the pronoun my. So the reported speech is, Mylene said that her mom liked that pair of shoes that day. You notice that the word likes or the verb likes here became liked. The demonstrative pronoun this became that. And the adverbial time today became that day. Take note of the changes in tenses when we are reporting a direct speech with an introductory verb in the past form. So, if present tense is used in the direct speech with an introductory verb in the past tense, we are going to make it past tense. Past tense will be made into a past perfect tense. And if a modal is used, here's the change. Can becomes could, may becomes might, shall becomes should, and will becomes would. Here are the pronouns that always undergo change every time we are changing direct speech to reported speech. I becomes he or she. We becomes they. You becomes I or we. My becomes his or her. Our becomes their. Me becomes him or her. And us becomes them. These are the adverbial place and time and also demonstrative pronouns that need to be changed. Here are examples applying the rules on converting direct speech to an indirect one. Lisa says, I want to play outside now. You can see that the introductory verb is in the present tense, and so we must use rule number 1 when we report it. And there is no change in the tense. And there is no change also in the adverbial time. So the reported speech is, Lisa says that she wants to play outside now. Maybe you're wondering why the verb here is in the S form and in the direct speech it's in the base form. But, of course, we must make this verb agree with its subject, which is she. And here, the subject of want is I. So you must use the base form and you must use the S form here. And the adverbial time is retained here. And of course, I should always be changed. And since I is referring to Lisa, then we must use she here. Okay. Number 2. Lisa said, I want to play outside now. This time, the introductory verb is in the past tense, so we must use rule number 2 when we report it. That means to say that we are going to make a change in the tense of want, and we are going to change also now, which is the adverbial time. And so, the reported speech is, Lisa said that she wanted to play outside then. So, wanted is used here from present tense. It became past and now becomes then. All right, here are sentences for you to practice with. You are going to find first the tense of the introductory verb and then decide which rule are you going to use. General rule number 1 or general rule number 2. So I am going to give you 10 seconds to write your answer in your paper. Begin. All right, time's up. So, what is your reported speech there? Okay. Iggy declared that his son had won in the oratorical contest the previous day. Since we have declared here, which is in the past tense, we used rule number 2. So we changed the tense of won. From past tense, it became past perfect tense. And the adverbial time yesterday is changed also to the previous day. Number 2, Ipoy remarked. So you can see it's in the past tense again. So we are expected to change the tense of stay, and you change also this adverbial place. Okay, so I'm going to give you again 10 seconds to answer this. All right, time's up. What is the reported speech that you wrote there? I have here, Ipoy remarked that they stayed there inside to listen to the pastor's sermon. So, stay became stayed. The adverbial place here became there. Now, I'm going to show you two sentences that are different from those already given. Christine said, deforestation leads to climate change. The reported speech is, Christine said that deforestation leads to climate change. You notice that there is no change in the tense of the verb, even if we have a past tense here. And why? Well, it is because the direct speech is stating a fact or a truth. Next, another example. The president told the people, stay home and be safe. What kind of sentence is this? It commands, right? So it is called an imperative sentence. And here is the reported speech. The president told the people to stay home and be safe. What did you notice? So the verb stay here became an infinitive by adding to before it. And we did not use the that clause just like what we used in transforming declarative sentences. Always remember, in a direct speech wherein a fact or a general truth is denoted, we must not change the tense of the verb in the reported speech, even if the introductory word is in the past tense. And in imperatives, we make the verb an infinitive by adding the word to the verb in the direct speech. For you to understand the lesson better, here are more examples. Study them and note the changes in the reported speech. All right, are you done analyzing them? Are these examples helpful? Well, I am so happy to hear that virtual response. And now, here is your final task. You are going to transform each direct speech to a reported speech. Apply the rules you learned today. And as usual, please comment your answers down and I will check them later and inform you of the results through my reply. And if ever this video helped you in your learning venture, kindly subscribe for more videos. Thank you and have a good day.